Okay, so we got moved over to what we call the Gibson farm here last night, and this morning we got here, we got everything hooked up, and it is time to go try and see what we can do. We ate our lunch early because we're kind of expecting that it could be a little bit interesting today. We had a bit of rain over here, and these beans were the ones that were hailed on, so we'll see how today is gonna go, but it is time to roll on up. Arch made us each a little handy dandy little scraper. Truly hoping we're not going to need them, but fully expect we're going to today. This field, like I said, it's had more moisture than our other ones, and as of recent, for sure, it's our last field of soybeans, so which is good. First impressions are much better than I expected. Actually got my header in the bottom of a drain and it's not even pushing there, so we will see how this goes. This could be better than I thought. Here's to hoping, fingers crossed. So we've been going here for, I don't even know now, I guess a couple 3 hours, and we've got close to 100 acres done already. And so we aren't able to travel quite as fast, and we've had to change things up. Humidity's up a little bit today, so the plants aren't cutting quite as nice, and the pods are also not smashing up quite as nice, so we've had to slow down to 4 miles an hour. We're not loading the combine down by any stretch, but that way it cuts nice, but by doing that, we're not loading the combine down, so we're having to tighten the concave up in order to smash our pods up a little bit more too. So make sure we're not getting too much dockage and stuff in the hopper. So we've got things dialed in here pretty good. It's still not like the other day, but when the conditions change, sometimes you can't get quite what you're hoping for. The one thing we're thrilled about is, if you look, we're not even leaving too much for ruts. When we're going through drainage ditches, that kind of thing, there we are. So we actually have turned our rear wheel assist on here today for a couple fold. A, I don't want to be turning it on and off, and B, we haven't actually had to run it at all this year, and the guys from Mud Hog have actually said run it all the time except for when you're on the road. So today's the day we're just going to run rear wheel assist. I don't think we need it, but we've got it here, so it'll push us around a little bit more today too. So anyway, so that's the day so far. The beans are doing I'm gonna say probably better than I expected. I don't know. When you get hailed on like we did on this field back in July, one truly does not know what to expect. No, are they yielding as good as our previous fields? No, not even close. Probably 3/4 of. Yeah, 3/4. So, but that means we've only lost 25%, right? So, yeah, it's not horrible. I was expecting more. I expected if we were going to hit the 20 bushel mark, I thought that was going to be a stretch. But here we're running probably closer to, I'm going to say 30-ish, maybe even a hair better, but yeah. Hard to see, but that ditch is a fairly significant ditch, and if I slow down to about 2.5 miles an hour, so the computer will shave that ground way better than I could ever dream of doing it manually. Love it. I could probably do it at a faster speed if the ground wasn't so soft. Because in those ditches, combine's probably sinking 4 to 5 inches just because of how soft it is.
Just stop in the ditch, Dad.
Well, we've been going here pretty good. We've got just over 200 acres done in this 240 already. It's going way better than we've been expecting. I got to enjoy listening to a hockey game tonight, or this afternoon while combining, so can't get a whole lot better than that, especially when the team you cheer for is winning. So that's kind of exciting, and lots of good going on, and wouldn't you know it, as the sun's going down, it clears off. So we had sun for, I think it was a total of 20 minutes today as it was going down. But hey, we're thankful for every little bit of sun we get. One little thing that was a bit disappointing today that has been frustrating is this is, like I've said before, this is one of the fields that we got hailed on quite badly. And visually from the cab I can see where it's better and worse. But I was really looking forward to what my map was going to be. But for some reason, and I don't know what happened, but let's see if I can, if you look, there's some green strip there, and then it turned kind of orange on us. And the yield actually never changed. But for some reason, on both combines, all of a sudden our ag leaders are off. And we did actually a complete reboot of the combines, thinking maybe whatever, they just needed that. That didn't solve it. So I truly am not sure what the heck happened, because they have been spot on all the way through beans, and so that's been a bit disappointing. But as we're coming up here, you're going to see I got two different colors here again. We got two different varieties, and one would say, well, yeah, but if you've had hail go through, what difference does it make? Like, your yields could vary because they hail, which they can. But what I was curious is, because when the storm went through and I was walking the fields, it almost appeared like some of the varieties handled the hail better than others. And that's what I think, that's probably the most disappointing part for me. Not that I'm expecting hail every year, but it is interesting just to see how, what were the varieties handle the different, or was it just location, or what was it? So again, just different characteristics of different plants that if I can learn from and make better, that is what we're trying to do. So anyway,
my bushel counter started working again.
Isn't that funny? Arch's acre counter is, or his bush. See, maybe mine will start working now shortly too. Wouldn't that be funny?
What you had.
Well, there you have it. About an hour after Arch's yield switch or yield monitor started working, mine just kicked in now. That's crazy. Now that number I'm showing you was not an average. We're thinking this field's averaging right around 30. We'll find out here when we're done, but yeah, unbelievable how electronics, it's just funny. But anyway, so yeah, if you want to see what my map looks like, this is it. So I got green where I am here right now, green where I started, middle was red. And it's not that the crop was like that, the crop was the same pretty much all over. Just my yield monitor decided to be funny. So anyway, interesting how that all worked out. But we're gonna go into Monday next week with the yield monitor working again, and we don't know what happened.